Hey, it's Drewster here. I have another quick update on eFootball 2022. I've been playing this for a couple days now, and I just wanted to vocalize some of my thoughts, things I have figured out that I wasn't able to figure out on that first video. This could be useful information if you're just starting out, or if you're coming over from FIFA, never played a soccer game or football game, I guess. First things first, I think it's good to log in. You get a quick daily bonus. I should get this from logging in here. So as you can see, you get a daily bonus. It logs in. I'm not sure if you get anything for logging in the whole week, but it's just a nice quick way to get points. Currently, there is a welcome login bonus that I forgot about. It's just a nice way to get some easy points, build your team, and use players that you like. I guess there's a bunch of different bonuses here. This is actually a new one here, so it looks like they recently just added in that you're able to spend real money now. So you're able to purchase stuff. It's a free game though. There's no point in adding real money. So first things first, they do weekly update Wednesday evening Eastern time. Early evening starts at like 10 Eastern, I think. So that's a good thing to note. If you're planning on playing, don't play on Wednesday evening. To access the points and everything that you get from logging in from winning matches, you hit start here and then you go to inbox. It shows you everything that you've won. You can go ahead and claim it. I guess some of them can expire if they're login bonuses for like a certain period of time. As I mentioned before, there is typically different game modes going on. There's events here, quick online match, and they recently just updated the eFootball league that you can do player versus player to get in different divisions. I think kind of like FIFA, different divisions equal other rewards that you can spend on players and managers. So here are some of the things going on right now. There's offline and there's online. I actually didn't realize this. I had no idea what match level was. I kept winning like 10, 15, 11, nothing. But if you hit X here, you can change the difficulty. I had no idea. I didn't know what match level meant, and maybe I'm just dumb for not realizing what it is. But the higher difficulty changes the amount of points you get and the multipliers. So it actually makes it go by a lot quicker. There's the online game modes as well. These are pretty straightforward. So get a point as in like get a draw. That's all you have to get. This one, you have to get a win. You have 3 matches to get a win. And this one, you got to get 1 win and 2 draws or 2 wins. I do want to go ahead and look at the team. I was confused with how to move players around and move them in different positions, but it's actually straightforward. If I click on a player here, I can drag him around. I can move him around and have him change positions. As you can see, Sergio Busquets, he's a defensive midfielder right now. And then let's see, I want him to be a center forward. I can move him around. I can see his different overalls in different positions. Here's him as a center back. And then let's say there's a position that kind of overlaps. If I want him to be a center midfielder instead of a defensive midfielder, I just hit Y and then he becomes a center midfielder. It's pretty straightforward. And again, I can change him back to a defensive midfielder, but it's really nice being able to move players around. You can see their different overalls and see how they do in different positions or on different sides. I can move him to a right wing forward instead of right midfielder. I also didn't figure out before how to add players onto the team. So Frank Anaya, let's say we want to add him. All you got to do is click on him from reserves, and then you can either add him directly in, or I can add him to substitutes. For here, I'll just put him as a substitute. He'll replace this guy. So now he's on my team and ready to go in game. You can also change your tactics. So as far as tactics goes, there's different play styles, and that can affect the overall of your team. Let's see if I change it. So my possession game as a team is 75, but if I change it to quick attack, see how my overall ratings of players go down. So then I can go ahead and change it back to possession, figure out what works best for you. I think possession is probably the most fun because you want to dominate the ball. I think that's the best way to play. Counterattack can be fun, but then all your guys are back. You have to wait for them to get forward. The other thing I want to look at, this game is definitely a bit more casual than I would say FIFA. These players are signed on a real contract. So all these players you sign for a year, and I think that is pretty interesting. So that means that probably really not going to update this until April of next year. Sergio Busquets, who I recently just signed, 363 days. That means that stamina isn't affected by the games that he plays. He doesn't have any contracts or really anything else to worry about. Once you get a team you like, I'd recommend getting players you actually like to use. Then you can just go from there, keep building building, using players you like, you can make their overalls much better than how they start out. And of course, their age can play a role. Paco Alcacer, he's 28 years old. The max levels I can up him is 29. His peak might not be as high as, say, let's say Andre Silva, who is 26. So he now has 32 levels that he can gain. So his overall can be a little bit higher. It's not a perfect system, as someone like Giroud for some reason has 29 levels when he's 35. He's 8 years older than Paco. It's all right there for you to see before you purchase players. I want to go ahead and sign a player real quick. So Emil Smith-Rowe, he's only a 75 overall, but he's 21 years old and he's 4 stars. So the stars dictate, I guess, how good the player can actually grow and develop. I'll go ahead and purchase him. So got Emil Smith-Rowe, as you can see, I got him for 364 days. So I have him for a whole year. I can level him up 41 points. So he'll actually be one of the better players on my team. When you're signing players, and even when you're looking at players, you can see how they do in the play style. So he's good in possession game, which is how my team plays anyway. Then the player skills can be important to look at, especially if they have header or if they have one touch pass. So it means that he doesn't have to control the ball very long to make a good pass, which can be useful. This shows you how accurate. I guess it's kind of like their star rating of like weak foot in FIFA. So he has a very high accuracy with his weak foot, and then he uses it regularly, which, to be honest, I haven't seen that very often. That's probably what you would consider 5-star weak foot. I think he'll be pretty good, and I'm excited to use him. So signing managers, there's different levels of prices. So knowing that this is Pep Guardiola, Jose Mourinho, the actual abilities of the coaches doesn't really affect anything. If I sign Pep for 500,000 of these points, he only increases experience by 5-star PV players by 100%. But let's go down and find someone else that does that too. With De Zerbi, he does the same thing, and I can get him for 100. I get 5 of him for the price I get for Pep. So maybe the coach will affect the overall of your team and the play styles. Maybe their overall can increase by having a better coach. That's something I didn't think of, and so that could be something to dive more into. Obviously, if someone knows something more, then please leave a comment. Definitely let me know. I'm very excited to keep playing. It's pretty casual if you just play a game or two a day, and maybe even just get the login bonus, play a couple games a week. I think that should be enough fun. And especially for a free game. Okay, so this is important too. So it looks like these players require in-game currency. Maybe that's something I can earn with tournaments, but definitely important to note that there might be some players you can't get unless you put in real money. Is it really worth putting $5-10 in to get Guardiola? Probably not. I guess that's up to you, and it's a free game too, so I don't think you have to, and so that's actually pretty nice. That's it for this video. Let me know if there's anything I missed. If anyone has any questions, I'd be happy to address them further. But until next time, it's been Jerooster again, and have a good one.